Hello friends, my name is Vas Solo. I'm a recovered drug addict and alcoholic, a practicing yogi, and a certified meditation instructor. When I was a kid and someone asked me, Vas, what do you want to be when you grow up? My answer was never, Mister, when I grow up, I want to be a drug addict. When I tried smoking weed for the first time at the age of 14, I never imagined that 10 years later, I'd be addicted to cocaine. My friends tried all the same drugs and it never happened to them. So my point is that no one really knows whether they'll become addicted. That's why today I'm going to talk about the stages of addiction and compare them to the stages of a relationship, because they're actually quite similar. And I'll explain why that relationship eventually becomes so toxic. But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. I upload videos about addiction, recovery, and personal development, so hit that bell and subscribe. Most relationships start with a first date. If the two people have chemistry, they'll usually go on a second. No one really knows why we're attracted to certain people, things, substances, or experiences, and we rarely question it. We just know that we are. It's only when we get deeper into the relationship that our unconscious motives may begin to reveal themselves. My relationship with drugs and alcohol started the same way. In grade 10, I smoked weed, drank, and did magic mushrooms for the first time, and I loved it. It was fun, exciting, and new. I didn't question why I was drawn to these substances, nor did I worry about the possible repercussions of taking them. All I knew was that I liked the effect they produced. Each positive interaction between a new couple strengthens their bond. Their growing interest in one another compels them to see each other more often. Now, what most people do in the beginning of a relationship is they tend to hide their shortcomings. This creates a false but pleasant illusion that fuels their infatuation. The predominantly positive experiences that they have together leave powerful impressions in the mind, creating a strong mental and emotional attachment between them, which makes it difficult and painful, should the need arise, to end the relationship. My first few experiences with drugs and alcohol were positive, so I saw no reason to stop. My access to alcohol was limited in high school, but pot was easy to get. What began as an occasional joint smoked on the weekend quickly turned into an everyday habit. But it would take me several more years of indulgence before I saw the downside.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to smoke your relatives. Please, no!
At this stage, an intimate bond and a certain degree of trust should exist between the couple. The excitement and curiosity of the previous stage will now be replaced by comfort and openness. Less effort will be made to appear perfect. They'll start to notice their differences as well as each other's flaws. Now, whether they stay together or go their separate ways will depend on how well they adjust to this new reality. There will likely be a period of uncertainty. After all, the decision to become a couple is an important one and shouldn't be taken lightly. If the relationship is to work, it has to be built on a solid foundation of love, trust, and compatibility. If it is, the couple will be able to solve their differences, maturing and growing closer as a result of overcoming their challenges. But not every couple that gets to this stage ends up staying together. Partners who are fundamentally incompatible, whose core values and beliefs don't align, won't be able to withstand the friction created by their differences. In such cases, attempts to compromise will lead to dissatisfaction and resentment. And in more extreme cases, the relationship can become abusive. To end any relationship at this stage, even one that is clearly broken, is painful. But for the well-being of both people, it's the right thing to do. Most will be able to do it. Others, however, will not. This begs the question, why? Why does anyone stay in a dysfunctional relationship? Once I was able to legally buy booze, I started to favor drinking over smoking pot, and thus alcohol and I quickly became friends. I began to look forward to the weekend with eager anticipation, knowing that drinking would lift my mood, relieve my stress, and give me confidence. The only downside, it seemed, was running out. However, I soon started to experience hangovers. A small price to pay, I thought, for what I got in return. Then came the blackouts, which usually meant that the night before had been messy. Now, I didn't want to quit drinking, so I tried to drink less. When that didn't work, I tried to stop and failed. This pattern would repeat itself for another 10 years. I was conflicted because I loved the effect that alcohol produced, but I hated that I couldn't control how much I drank. How come others could do it, but I couldn't? That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching this video. In part 2, I'm going to answer the question of why I couldn't stop and talk about the last 2 stages of addiction. If you want to see that video when it's released, make sure to click on the notification bell and subscribe. And let me know what you thought of this video, or share your story in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time.